Hi, in this tutorial we will do something which is very creative, very artistic. We're going to learn the brush tool. The brush and the pencil tools will help you like as if you're actually brushing on a canvas. So let's go ahead and understand this tool better. The brush and the pencil tool is basically used for painting and editing the image color. The brush and the pencil tool work like the traditional pencil and brush, like I just said. Tools like the eraser tool, blur tool, smudge tool, which we're gonna go through in a bit, and can modify the existing colors in the image. Even the blending modes can be put up very beautifully using this tool. We can paint the current foreground color on an image, or we can also create soft strokes of color. So basically we can change the stroke of our brush, how the brush will stroke over the image. The pencil tool is used to create hard edge lines, whereas the brush tool creates the soft strokes of color. We can increase the size of a brush by basically pressing the brackets. Also, we can also work with the hardness. If you want that should be the deep color, we can increase that by pressing the shift key. This tool I simply love as I love painting over. So let's move into Photoshop and learn this tool better. Let's dive in.
The brush tool in Photoshop works just like a traditional brush in our lives. So if you're brushing with hand on a paper, it's same as brushing this image with my brush tool. And also there are so many features included that makes it so powerful. Also, if you know brush tool, you know most of the tools in Photoshop, the smudge tool, the eraser tool, the layer mask, the blur tool, the sponge tool. They all work just like my brush tool. So brush tool is one of the most important tools in Photoshop. Now the brush tool can be selected from by clicking here in the toolbar, or the shortcut is B. And if this is selected, and this is what I get. I got this circular picture and I can just start painting over like this. So you can just paint over anything the way you like. I'm going to do a Control Alt Z to show you what else we can do. What if I wanted to change the size of the brush? I can go and just press on my right bracket and increase the size, and my left bracket decrease the size. Also, you could go here and change the size of the brush and also the hardest. How hard you want my brush. So the moment I'm pressing this, you can see my brush over here is getting selected. Apart from that, I have various tool tips here. So if I want maybe, a grass over here, so I can go ahead and select this tool and I can just increase the size of this tool and I can just start, painting over with the grass-like image. So we have so many tools to select, so many shapes to select. We have a droplet shape. We can go ahead, let me just increase the size of this tool and this brush, and I can, have my droplets wherever I want. Let me do a Control Alt Z. And what if, so this is not what we're looking at. Let me just delete this. This is my previous layer. And what if I just wanted to, have these droplets all over maybe. So I can go ahead and use these tools, which are whatever. There are many shapes available for my tool. Now let me do a Control Alt Z and do a Control Alt Z and have a copy of my layer. So let me have a new copy of my layer, and this has a new copy. Now what if I wanted to shade these flowers to a darker pink? So I'm going to use my normal brush. I'm going to go here to my brush tool and change, select my normal tool, and I'm going to go here and select my mode. So these are my modes. So we have another tutorial on my blending modes. You can go ahead and look at this tutorial. If I select soft light, what will happen in this? Soft light gives me this paint in a softer light. So the color will have a soft light. Also, my paint tool always paints with my foreground color. So it's going to take a color from here. Let me just go and select a darker pink. And let me just paint over these flowers. So can you see the change? What's happening is now I have a darker pink flowers, than earlier. So let me just hide it and show you. This was my earlier, and I've just changed the skin tone to a purplish tone. What if I wanted to further change her lipstick to, a reddish tone? So I'm going to decrease the size of my brush and I'm going to just paint it over. So we can be as slow and precise as we want. And you can see her lip color has also been changed. Again, if I want to give, some shadow to her eyes, I can just decrease the size and add some. So I'm actually changing the look of this model by just plainly using the brush tool. I can also change, her face by adding her a peachish look, a pinkish look by again painting over her face. Also, you know what, if I want to add some little more blush, I'm gonna use maybe a lighter pink, and I'm gonna just add some brush, a blush to her face. So, see, I can just hide it and show you. So this was my previous image, and I've completely added more pink to my image. So the brush tool can be used like this by changing the modes, by changing the colors and painting whatever I want. Also, I can go ahead and create my own brush tool, brush tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my quick selection tool, which is here, and quickly paint over this tool and have this flower selected. I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to do define brush preset, and I can say it is flowers. Okay, and now when I go back to my brush tool here, so let me just go back to my, okay, I have to go back to my brush tool, and now when I go back here, I have this selected on the end. So this is what I have. I'm going to do a Control D to get away with my selections. I'm going to go here, and it's here that I can change the brush dynamics. I can change the shape dynamics. I can change the scattering. So what I want is that there should be more scattering, when I use that. So I can go ahead and increase the scattering. I can change the color dynamics. I can, want wet edges. You want a perfect texture, or you don't want a perfect texture. So I'm going to remove wet edges and maybe a perfect texture, so you can see the change that's going to build up here. You want it to build up, that you want it to slowly build up. You want to change the angle of the brush tool. You want to change the roundness of the brush tool. So you have these various options. And now when I use it, I'm going to go back and use it. I'm going to change it to a normal mode. And now when I use it, you can see that, it's not just, it's building up. It's not just, so that's and it's scattered. So these are the things. So I can use it the way I want. I could use snowflakes as my brush tips. I could use raindrops as my brush tool. Whatever you want, you can go select a shape and define your own brush tool. Now we can also change the opacity. That means how much visible you want this. And now when I change it, it will be less visible than earlier. Again, you can change the flow. That means the color will not build up. Let me just go ahead and delete this layer. There's a lot of things that we've done on it. And now if I have a flow, and I'm going to change the opacity to normal. And now when I have a flow, it's going to build up. So the flow, basically, if we decrease the flow, now let me just go here and decrease the flow. So the flow basically builds up your color. And the opacity reduces the amount of it that will be visible to your eye. So that's it with brush tool. Also, you can go ahead with, selecting the pencil tool, and it will give me a hard edge rather than a soft edge. And I can go to use a normal tip pencil, and I can, so this is a normal tip pencil, and, I can start writing. So it's giving me hard edges. I can also have a proper pencil tool that's and it's building up because, I have used that feature. Now let me just do a Control-Alt-Z. And it's going to take time. And I'm going to do a Control-Alt-Z, and we can go ahead and, reduce the size of the pencil. And now I can see that, I can go ahead and write whatever I want. So this is all about the brush tool and the pencil tool. I hope you've enjoyed. Stay tuned with Tutorials Point to learn about other toolbars.